Welcome, Team Project. How are you? This is Mr. Argueta coming to you week number 5. I wanted to get this video to you because I know that a lot of you have done an excellent job at the Team Project. Team leaders, thank you once again for all your hard work and dedication regarding our current semester. Um, First and foremost, we are obviously past the checkpoint. I think we got almost everyone that checked in send me their assignments. We should be looking, I'll be looking through that this week. The purpose was to make sure that the teams are cooperating with one another. Every member is carrying their own weight, and this is also, as I mentioned in my previous video, a good way to see self-regulation, team regulation occurring. And the purpose of this class is to be able to work in a normal, everyday work environment, that you're involved in a team and interdepending upon each other and feeling the obligation of your team member expecting something from you. It's a matter of what we would consider internal customer service. Good internal customer service. A customer doesn't necessarily have to purchase something from you to be your customer. It's someone that depends on you for something. And in a team, we interdepend on each other. That's great concept to understand. For example, in the world that we're living in today, if you're involved with the news and you listen to the news, you've noticed that the President Trump declared tariffs on other countries. They rapidly responded in retaliation, said, well, we're going to put a tariff on your country. And realistically, the only ones that get affected by that is the American and the people from their country. We end up paying more for products. That's how tariffs work. No company is going to absorb the cost of that tariff. And that is based on a business principle. In the United States, Ford versus Dodge Brothers, or the Dodge versus Ford, was a Supreme Court case that was fought because Henry Ford wanted to use profitability of the Ford Motor Company to do different things with the money. And the Dodge brothers said, no, that's not the reason why we invested in your company. We invested as shareholders to gain a profit. So if the company makes a profit, then we should get the profit, and it shouldn't be up to the owner of the company to do whatever they want. Therefore, the Supreme Court decided that the sole reason of an existence of a company in the United States is to create profit and benefit to their employees. In other words, there's only one reason why we do business in America, is to create profit. And I know that that's a tough statement to understand, but therefore, if a tariff is imposed on me as a business owner in America, I'm not going to lose profit to my shareholders. I'm going to pass it on to the consumer, which is us. We're paying for it. So therefore, the tariff we will pay. Therefore, what's happened, like in our team project, these two countries have to come together as a team because we interdepend on each other. We need each other. We need Canada. Canada needs America. Mexico needs America. We need Mexico. We interdepend on one another. We need products from each other. There's no possible way in the world that now America could be self-sustained. We need avocados and beef from Mexico and lumber from Canada, and Canada needs stuff from us, and China needs soybeans from America. We're a globalized business. There's no way to get out of that at this point in the world. It's very difficult unless you're North Korea and you're a closed system, and they still trade with like Russia and other countries that work with them. That said, we could see teams operating in different functions throughout all of our environments. And therefore, that's why in our courses, team project is such an important concept in how we self-regulate, how we use each other to sort of help each other through a journey. You guys have been doing a great job at this. Thank you so much for making this class a success so far. Can't wait for the final project. So here's what's left. This week, we talk about this ever-growing and important conversation of artificial intelligence. And it's so important to understand how to utilize this in business, because it will get you in trouble if you do not know how to take advantage of it. One, it's a great theme. AI is a great concept. Does it have bad situation? Of course. No technology comes without recourse. Like, we are always faced with understanding how to utilize technology properly. But yes, it's a great tool. But if you become dependent on it, it's going to fail you. One, it's a new technology. It has not fully developed. It still has a concept that's called hallucination. AI hallucinates. AI creates things based on what its experience has been, and sometimes those experiences are false, and it'll spit out fake information. It won't understand it properly. So we still are a superior knowing. So we know what's right and what's wrong. AI does not. So we need to be careful. So the conversation is, what's the proper use of AI in our discussions? Like, I see people early on not understand that this is an evolving technology, and for some reason some students think, I'm just going to submit an AI report and no one's going to catch it. Guys, you're in the first and second year of college and you submit a report that's a PhD level. It is obvious for an instructor to know that's not you. It's obvious for you. And to be honest with you, my thoughts are, if you're here, you want to learn. You're here because you want to gain knowledge on business. Now, if you just want to get a grade, hey, you're going to get it. Eventually, the world will catch up to you. So I know I'm speaking to the choir here, because you guys are already showing me proof of utilization of AI. I can see when it's being utilized. There's different techniques and different software that flags it. But I trust that you are understanding, and that's why this discussion is important to have. What is the use? Some of you will continue on to your bachelor's degree and your master's degree and your PhD, I hope. And you will need to be held responsible for how you utilize technology at all levels. So it's a great conversation to have. I'm interested to hear your perspective on how to be ethical with the use of AI, how to report you use AI, how to cite AI, just understanding what you can and cannot do. Guys, I use AI. As a matter of fact, just this morning, I was working in my own taxes, and I have a lot of small little gigs that I do to make some extra cash for my vacation money. And I have to find out, because I get 1099 on them. I get a 1099 report, 1099 non-employee income, so NEC, and they send it to me, and non-employee contribution is the proper word, NECs, and they'll say, you made this much with us, or we paid you this much, and I'm trying to find all the deductions. So I went to AI and I said, if I made this much money doing this, how much can I deduct based on this? What's the rule? So it's utilized in proper fashion. So I encourage you, if you're not using AI, to go out there and look for it. ChatGPT, Gemini, there's a whole bunch of them. If you're going to put a resume together, there's a resume.co, something like that. There's a resume AI function where you enter all your information and it gives you all these different options to create a good, properly looking resume that makes you stand out. Utilize these tools. I don't want you to think that I'm not encouraging you to do it. What I'm encouraging is have a conversation on what's the ethical way to use it and how to use it in college and what's the proper way to utilize AI. Next week, we have our final thoughts and my farewell. Give me your final thoughts of what this class was like, what your thoughts of your journey here, the end of the course here. And then week 7 is just submission week. So you got 2 more weeks to final touches. Guys, push the limit. Show me that you are ready for the business world. Show me that you got something out of this whole journey through business management. Like, don't just submit garbage, please. I'm going to be a harsh grader because I expect so much from you, and I hope that you understand that I'm doing it on purpose, because when you go out there, I want you to stand out and know day one, when someone says we are in this issue, you're ready to analyze the problem. You're ready to create a solution. You're ready to be a part of a team. You understand what business is. And what frustrates me is when I go into the workforce, and I do a lot of work in industry and work as a consultant with companies, and I see people who have graduated, and I can tell immediately these people have no clue what they're talking about. They don't even know how to, they don't even, when I ask them, like, have you, what can you tell me about these? What are some of the weaknesses, opportunities? What are some threats that are happening? They have no clue what I'm talking about. I know. And they have degrees, and I go, my goodness, this is so sad. I do not want that for you. I don't want you to go into this world with a degree and have no value added to a company that you're going to work for. So, off of my soapbox. Next week's our final discussion week, and then week 7, that's it, submission week. All right. I hope you've been enjoying the course. The weather's turned to a better climate. I'm excited because I'm ready to kind of finish off this half of the semester and then move on to the next half. And in a couple of weeks, I will be in Switzerland. So I think I shared this with you. My wife and I will be going to Milan, Italy, spending a few days in Milan, working our way up to Bellagio in Italy, coming back around to Switzerland to by Lake Como and Lugano. So super excited to taste some good food and get to know some good people out there and just have a great time. Also, just an update on me. I'm feeling 100%. I'm back to normal. That whatever that cough was is gone. So I'm excited to just get back to living life and enjoying the weather out there. I hope you guys have been doing good. Thank you for all the emails. Thank you for the updates. Do not forget week 7, by the way, submission week, but you also have to do your review of your teammates. Okay, so this is important because this is attributing to 10% of your grade. Now, your teammates are going to be a big impact on what happens. So you're gonna have your self-review, which tells me what you think you did, and then you're gonna have your teammate review. So this is encouraging to work with your team, guys. Work with your team. Communicate, communicate, communicate. For the most part, I hear that you guys are doing well. Your teams are rolling. Based on the rough drafts, it seems like everyone's doing pretty good. So excited to see what you guys have as a final product. I wish we had some closure. Like, I wish we could all meet up at a coffee shop at some point where everybody can come and we can get to know each other and just, when this class was taught in person, I would have you guys present in front of business leaders, people that I know in the industry, and they would be able to critique you and give you some opinion. But it also allowed you to connect with some of the business leaders in our area, and we would have coffee and pastries and all this stuff, and we just have a good time. But moving on to an online platform, I know it's convenient, but it also doesn't allow us those opportunities to connect as people. So if you see me out and about, please say hi. If not, I hopefully will run into each other at some point in business. Take care, guys. We'll see you next week. Have a great time. Enjoy the weather. Be safe. Be kind to one another. Bye.